Hi everybody, I'm often asked, how can I buy land? I haven't got a lot of money, how can I buy land and develop it? Well, with the new rules coming out about grey land, it's very apt of me to speak about this today, because grey land, which is in Greenbelt but isn't of any consequence, in other words, it's not a beautiful countryside, it's now going to be allowed to be built on. So there are going to be a lot more opportunities to gain planning on this type of land, so you really need to know how you can do it without spending a fortune. So here we go. There are three real options, if you like, you have to buying land without paying very much, if anything, for it. The first is, if you excuse the pun, an option, which is where you pay £1 or 5,000 or 10,000 for an option for say 5 years in order to obtain planning. Now, having got the option, that doesn't mean you've got to spend all the money, because you can find a partner, a builder, a house builder who will invest with you or put all the money up because you've found the opportunity to gain planning permission and then either build it out with them, because once you've got planning there should be quite a large profit gain, if you like, so you should be able to get a bank to fund all the build costs, including the purchase price, probably, if there's enough value, you know, if there's enough value in it, if you've made enough money by gaining permission. So that's your first. So option one is an option. So for £1 or more, and then get a developer stroke house builder to put the money up in order to gain planning permission and then build. So that's number one. Number two is buying subject to planning permission, which is a bit more certain for the landowner. Now, options are really if there's not a huge chance perhaps of getting planning, whereas buying subject to planning is much more certain. In other words, you're pretty certain you're getting planning permission on it, and because you're buying it subject to planning permission, there is a discount compared to what it would be with planning permission, but not a massive discount which you might get with an option. So it's more likely to be probably, you know, 60-70% of the purchase price if it had planning. Okay, but you're buying it subject to. So again, same thing applies here. You're probably going to exchange on a 5% deposit at the most, because it's subject to planning permission. You'll probably get up to 2 years to get planning, because if you fail to get planning and then you go to appeal, that can take over a year. So you want to make sure you've got a two-year buffer, if you like, for when you're going for that. And again, same thing applies. You can have put your own money in to get planning. And by the way, you can always sell it on before you have to pay for it. So you can sell it on with planning permission and you're buying it subject to. So there's a margin there again. So margin would be buying it for say 200,000 subject to planning and selling it on for say 300,000 with planning. Okay, so and you just back to back the deal, so you don't actually part of any money apart from getting planning permission. But then if you've got a backer or a house builder, that's different. You can obviously do the whole job, probably. The third is called a promotion agreement. Now this is very popular amongst bigger house builders. A promotion agreement states that the landowner probably receives up to 70% of the purchase price upon planning permission. You, as the promoter of the land, receive 30%. You put the money in to gaining planning permission. That amount comes off what the landowner gets for his 70%. In other words, you get your money back first, and then the proceeds, when it's sold, are split 70-30 in the favour of the landowner. So there are really three options. The last one I've done successfully, and I've also failed. I always think with some of this land, unless it's a real dead cert, you really need probably 3 or 4 on the go at once to obtain a couple of really good planning permissions where you're making really good profit. But hey, if you can find one golden opportunity, whether it's on an option, whether it's subject to planning, or whether it's even promotion agreement, it's got to be worth doing. It's got to be worth doing. So get out there. The new grey policy, grey land as it's been called, is a great opportunity. Get out there, do your research, talk to the local authorities, see which area they're going to allow you to build on grey belt land. Okay? It's the buzzword at the moment. Get in early. If you're in early on these things, you always benefit the most. Good luck. See you next time.